From Season 4 Episode 4 opens with Victor once again obsessing over whether the trees have shifted. It's something viewers have seen him do before, but not in a long time. When his father, Henry, approaches him to talk about the disturbing encounter with the man in yellow from the previous day, Victor is already overwhelmed with guilt. He feels like he stopped paying attention for too long, and now everything around him is changing too quickly. In a place that once felt frozen in time, even the leaves never changed color before, those sudden changes terrify him. Unsure how to help, Henry gently offers to count the steps with Victor, and after a quiet moment of hesitation, Victor finally agrees. The calm doesn't last very long. While they walk, Henry cautiously tries to address Victor's reaction to the yellow suit. Victor immediately shuts the conversation down, insisting that nothing happened and pretending everything is normal while continuing the counting ritual. But the fear written across his face tells a completely different story. When Henry accidentally interrupts the counting, Victor spirals, convinced everything will be ruined if they stop midway. Henry responds with incredible patience and tenderness, reassuring Victor that he can tell him anything. As his father, Henry wants to protect him. But Victor knows that protection came far too late, the worst damage has already been done. Victor completely breaks down the moment Henry mentions the man in yellow. Henry studies every tiny reaction in his son's face with heartbreaking care, almost the same way Victor studies the trees for signs of movement. Eventually, Victor uncovers the drawings he buried away long ago, memories so horrifying he couldn't bear to keep them close. Scott McCord delivers a chilling performance here, portraying Victor as emotionally detached yet deeply haunted as he recalls the man in yellow arriving in town like any ordinary visitor, gaining his trust, and then murdering his mother near the bottle tree during the massacre. That revelation also sheds light on Tabitha's denial. Deep down, she doesn't want to accept the horrifying possibility that she may have been marked as prey all along. For Henry, however, these revelations are entirely new. Robert Joy gives an incredibly raw performance as Henry processes both the childlike drawings and Victor's horrifying memories. His reaction is physical, emotional, and deeply human. The scene also strengthens the growing mystery surrounding Julie's ability to move through different points in the story. Whether or not her attempt to create a bookmark succeeds, it's important that Victor reveals this information only after viewers have already witnessed the blood-covered man in yellow through Julie's visions. Instead of providing answers, the episode only deepens the mystery. Julie's vision showed the man in yellow attacking someone in the middle of town, while Victor's memory places Miranda's death near the bottle tree. That contradiction raises disturbing possibilities. Did Julie somehow alter events? Is she witnessing another cycle of violence entirely? Or is the truth much simpler, and far more horrifying, that the man in yellow claimed multiple victims during the massacre? Meanwhile, after helping recover Ethan's books from the collapsed house in Episode 3, Randall reluctantly joins Julie in her attempt to understand her storywalking powers. This storyline continues the show's recurring themes about stories, imagination, and grief. When Julie refuses to accompany Tabitha and Ethan to the settlement, Tabitha explains Ethan's strange behavior by saying grief is driving him to search for meaning. She admits that stopping him would only make him sneak away alone, so staying close is the only way to keep him safe. That same logic quietly explains why Randall chooses to stay with Julie despite clearly doubting her theories. Randall may not fully believe in storywalking, but he believes in Julie enough not to leave her alone. Julie passionately argues that storywalking could have existed long before her, suggesting that writers, children, and dreamers may have unknowingly connected to this place through visions. She theorizes that the author of Ethan's Gulagog book may have dreamed about someone like her and unknowingly wrote it down as fiction. But as Julie becomes more frantic and desperate, Randall remains grounded, refusing to abandon her even when her obsession starts sounding irrational. Throughout these scenes, A.J. Simmons subtly reveals Randall's growing concern for Julie. Every worried glance, every hesitant agreement, and every tense reaction shows someone who desperately wants to protect her, even if he doesn't fully understand what she's chasing. When Julie cuts her hair while talking about the creature that once grabbed her, Randall's expression reveals helpless frustration, as though he wishes he could physically fight whatever is haunting her, but knows he can't. Julie's attempt ultimately fails. Her symbol doesn't create the bookmark she hoped for, and the experience drags her into one of the most horrifying visions yet. The image of the man in yellow, stained with blood against the faded gray world around him, becomes one of the season's most unforgettable visuals. Still, viewers already know Julie eventually reaches the moment of Jim's death, even though she cannot change it. That suggests her powers are real, but limited. Perhaps her theory about dreams and stories is correct, but maybe dreams are fragmented, unreliable things, where important details are distorted or forgotten. Hannah Cherami delivers another standout performance as Julie, bringing the same intense conviction and desperation that Jade often displays whenever he sounds insane but eventually proves correct. But by the end of the episode, Julie's fear transforms into something even worse, despair. She realizes that despite all her efforts, despite all her theories, she still failed. And yet, even in that failure, Randall remains beside her. When he pulls her back and desperately reassures her that she's safe while she gasps for air in terror, the episode quietly reinforces something this season keeps hinting at, that this place is determined to keep Julie and Randall connected. The terrifying question is, why?